Hi Mary, this video is for you. This is Kyle if you don't recognize me. Think you know that. I want to make this video short, but I wanted to make the video to send to you with the letter that I sent and the police reports so that you can put a face to what I'm saying. And I want you to be able to see and hear me say these things. And I'm going to leave it pretty short, but there's an old quote. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. And I have that love. And I have that love for Tara. And it is bearing a lot. And it has still endured all of this. And I know that it will. But I have to tell you the truth. She described me as this violent drug addict, and I wasn't violent around her, nor am I a drug addict. I was a drunk, but I'll get to that. She described me doing punching motions and abusing furniture, yelling at her all the time and doing this kinds of stuff. That she never witnessed me ever do a punching motion. She never witnessed me abusing any furniture or anything like that. When we were together, she was always thanking me for telling me how kind I was to her, and thanking me for being so kind and sweet and patient and giving and loyal and being a good provider. She actually told me, ironically, and at one point she told me that she had a plan to kill herself and that she was actually going to go do it, and that I was the thing that had stopped her. And the bottom line is that I cared for Tara in both heart and action. In the end of our relationship, there were things that surfaced that she had held from me, she had kept from me, and I wanted to work past it, but she told me that she believed that she had ruined the relationship and that she had doomed our relationship, and that she felt she shouldn't have told me, rather than that she should have told me sooner. She believed that she just should have continued to deceive me. And so she apparently believes that lying is the right thing so long as nobody finds out. Kyle wasn't this person. I'm not that person. However, I had alcohol issues that I kept from her and I never told her about, because I didn't want her to see me as a failure and as a loser. And I had this awful history with alcohol that I never fully told her about, and I didn't want her to know about, but the truth bled through the rug that I tried to cover that up. I didn't do good enough job myself, and in that regard. And the truth bled through the rug, and she it stained her image of me. It was the reason why I was financially in a bad spot. But here's the truth, Mary. I had, before I met your daughter, I had totaled 3 vehicles, all drunk. I had 2 DUIs. I had lost 2 jobs. I had wasted thousands and thousands, more than I'm aware of dollars on alcohol. And I started drinking well before I was a teenager. Through all of those things that happened in my past, and all the things that I had lost and opportunities I had wasted, nothing ever made me come to a point, even after I realized I had an issue with alcohol, nothing ever made me reach a point where I was ready to point the finger at it and realize that's the thing that is causing my failures in life. It was always someone else or something else that was to blame, but it wasn't alcohol. But upon losing your daughter, that's changed, and she didn't tell me that alcohol or my financial situation had anything to do with the reason why she was leaving me. But, and I'm not sure why she didn't admit to that or tell me that. I don't know if, she was just thought that it would look bad on herself if she admitted that she was just interested in somebody for having more money or whatever. But when she broke up with me, she told me that there was nothing that I could do to change the situation, and there was no way that I could compromise. There was no compromise I could make. There was nothing that I could do. But at the same time, she's telling me that I was a great person. I helped her. She's not interested in being with other people. She just wants time and space. That didn't make sense to me, and I never believed it fully. And of course, in a small amount of time, her wanting to work on herself, by herself, turned into work on herself with somebody else, of course, and that didn't come as a surprise to me. I kind of knew that from the beginning, but what I didn't know was why. Here my performance I thought was good. I kept her physically satisfied. I was loyal, and I loved her. And so I just couldn't wrap my head. Well, what is it? Why is there nothing? What is it that what is she seeking? What does she need? What are her needs and wants that I absolutely could not match no matter what I did? And in that search for that truth, to discover that truth, I discovered someone is very well established financially, 12 years of age on top of that, which is has a lot to do with it, but which is a significant change. And I know that when women hit 30, I didn't know this before and how serious it was, their priorities, their outlook, all starts to change in their relationships. They start to gear more toward financial security. And even though I've had a lot of money at points in my life and had a lot of great plans underway to get back to that successful point, all she saw of me when we were together was me sitting around drinking. And then I got on unemployment, and I said, I'm going to have a summer vacation, and she didn't fully approve of me sitting around drinking. I can't blame her for that. She told me, oh, well, do what you want, so I did what I wanted to do. But that cost me losing her respect. And, this guy that she claimed that she was with in the police reports, he's got tremendously larger amounts of money than I do. It's something that I absolutely can't compete with. There is no way at this point in my life. But alcohol is the reason why. So I know that alcohol now was the reason why I truly lost Tara. And I'm not mad at her. I've never held a grudge against Tara, despite her painting me to be this supervillain who's, just itching to cause chaos and havoc. That's all nonsense, and it was a deliberate lie, which was totally unacceptable. And it would be good for her to right that wrong in the future. But that can't happen right now. I have to finish my domestic violence classes that they're putting me through because of all this in order for the courts to even be willing to review the possibility or a request to have this no contact order rescinded. But it can't happen right now. And that's okay. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. I am, and have already begun taking major steps. I work. I'm doing schooling, so I take all that to heart. But my alcohol problems are my problems. Her honesty issues are her problems. And even though I was a drunk and an irresponsible failure, and she had good reason to lose respect for me and find someone who could be a better provider, because I obviously wasn't, she deserves that. All that aside, it doesn't justify lying. I hope that she finds a way to get past her anger, not just with me. Her anger was there before me. And I hope that she finds a way to get rid of that anger that she has for men, for past abuses that have taken place in her life. She has a lot of that in her, and I know that that's not healthy. Through bearing all this, I still do endure that love. That love has endured, and it always will. Jumping relationships isn't the way that I am going to deal with or have dealt with this situation. A lot of people do, both men and women. I've had counselors recommend it to me. I've had everybody you can imagine recommend, my father, everybody, just, no, that's not going to help me. What's going to help me is not drinking and actually facing this on my own. And that for over 2/3 of my life, I've been an alcoholic. And, or over half my life anyways. Over half my life. I want to be able to be a good provider. And drinking took that away from me. And it allows for so many horrible consequences that it played a big factor. So I don't blame her for why she left me. But I do hold her accountable. Although I don't hate her, I do hold her accountable for her lies. The things she said about me, all the things that she described about me, were absolutely, totally false. And that is wrong. That is very completely wrong. But she still has my heart. And I hope that we both get well. And I hope, Mary, that you'll pray for us and that we can improve ourselves and our weaknesses, that we can overcome our weaknesses that have brought us both to failure. And I hope that you'll pray for that. And if you ever come to Olympia, I work in a great restaurant, and I'll make sure that you and your whoever is accompanying you gets a free feast on the house. Whatever you want, you just let them know, and I'll make sure that you get a free feast on the house. So with that, may God bless you and your family. Thanks.